I'm starting a business in Dubai in 2024 and I don't even have a business license yet. But wait, what does that even mean? Let me explain. But first, we've got to go all the way back to 2021. I'm in Toronto, thousands of miles away from home, feeling like I was just running in place. Not moving back, not moving forward. Sometimes moving 2 steps back for every step that I move forward. I mean, you've been there too, right? You know, sometimes you feel like you're chasing something and you're not even sure why you want it in the first place. That was me with a Canadian PR. And if you want more context to that, you've got to check out my previous video. I'll leave the link in the description below. So what did? I packed my entire life into 2 suitcases and headed my ass all the way back home to Dubai and moved into my mom's house. No job security, no opportunities, nothing. Just a hunger to do something more with my life. Thankfully, I had a roof over my head and food on the table, and that's pretty much all I needed. So what I did next was team up with my buddy and friend Umar, and together we launched TKO Media. Now, transitioning from a steady job to being self-employed sometimes feel like the dumbest trade deal you can make. It feels like you're trading in a sports car for a bicycle. Or as Donald Trump would put it, the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Now, like what most of you think about self-employment and entrepreneurship, we're in the stage of uninformed skepticism. We don't really know where we're going with this. Hell, we don't even know how long this is going to last. But we're here for the full ride because we frankly have no other option. So we're doing the best thing that we can at the moment. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Now, as with any new company, when you start off, you end up doing everything yourself. And trust me, that pressure gets to you after a while. You're responsible for finding new clients, service delivery, and keeping the lights on with all sorts of admin work you've never done before. Now, if you feel like you're inexperienced and don't really know how to go forward, especially when you hit a couple of roadblocks, or if you feel like you're inexperienced to deal with a couple of things, it helps to have a couple of mentors on board. Think of people that are anywhere between 2 steps ahead of you to like 5 steps ahead of you. Now, we've got some cool examples. Vishal Menon, for one, who runs another content agency. We've got Timothy Fair-Matthews, who runs a production house based here in Dubai. And another friend of mine, Shashank Ashok, who runs his own media production agency here in Dubai. And they all kind of serve as our North Stars every time we feel a little lost or feel like we need some bit of guidance and, you know, feel like we really don't know where to go next. So why are these guys important? Well, because they reinforce the importance of things like SOPs and infrastructure for your business that you'd never really consider otherwise, right? Because most people think that a business is about getting a customer and servicing their needs. But, you know, in order to do that, you're going to need robust infrastructure. You're going to need processes. You're going to need systems. And most importantly, you've got to document all of that so that whenever you feel lost, you can always turn to it. Or if you ever feel like you need to remove yourself from, you know, a particular process and have someone else handle things, they can step in and the process still continues to go on seamlessly, and you know, you don't risk f***ing things up. Another great thing that actually helped me in this entire journey has been books. And for those of you who are looking to jump into this deep end of entrepreneurship with a lot of skepticism, there are a few books that help a lot recommended to me by my mentor Tim. The first one, Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subi. Super useful when it comes to understanding what it takes to sell not just one-to-one but one-to-many and how to get your product out there. The next is Entrepreneur's Revolution and Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley, where they talk about how important it is to make sure that you're oversubscribed, which means finding the right balance between supply and demand for what it is that you're putting out in the world. Outside of that, there's also other great books like, you know, 100 Million Offers and 100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. And the one book to top all of them out is How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which just really helps you understand the nuances of networking, meeting people, being memorable, and overall just being someone personable. So to the good stuff. How are we getting our business off the ground without a business license or any of that? Well, we're using what we have. Our skills, our ever so well-wishing network, our mentors, and a ton of jugaad. And for those of you who don't know, jugaad's a Hindi term of endearment for hacks. We're also teaming up with other companies in the meanwhile to, you know, invoice our clients and also communicate with clients and, you know, almost partnering with them as our parent companies just to make sure that we come across as legit. Not saying that we aren't, but it always helps to have some external credibility. Now, 1 month in, this adventure is just beginning, and we're constantly in a frenzy worrying about where our next paycheck's coming from, while worrying about where we're going to get our next client from and how long we're going to be able to keep them for. For now, we're really focusing on making sure our work hits the ECV protocol for any business, which basically means, is our work extraordinary? Is it credible? and are we making sure that it's visible? We're not in any rush to overload ourselves with a bitch ton of clients without really figuring out how it is we can go about servicing them effectively while ensuring that they're satisfied with what we're able to deliver. Because the last thing we want to do is bite off more than what we can chew. Now, Feb's been an absolute whirlwind of a month, and I'm pumped to see where this takes me next. Now, I know this doesn't exactly show up on my face because I'm constantly f***ing worried 24/7, 365.